When I first bought my lakefront cabin, I thought I'd finally found peace. Tucked between pine trees with a view of the water and enough distance from the world, it was everything I dreamed of. I renovated it myself, poured my savings and soul into it. But of course, no dream comes without its nightmare. Mine came in the form of the local HOA, and at the head of it, a woman named Sandra who wore power suits like armor and thought her clipboard gave her the power of a judge. At first, it was small things, letters about my non-neutral paint color, a warning about my dock not meeting aesthetic cohesion standards, and complaints that my rental guests were too loud, even though the nearest neighbor was half a mile away. I always complied just to keep the peace. Until the final letter arrived, a bold red stamp at the top, final notice, 72 hours to vacate and sell. According to Sandra, the HOA had voted to remove my property from the association, citing zoning violations and commercial misuse, even though I had permits for everything. Their plan? Forced me to sell it at a discounted price to a developer friend of theirs. That's when I realized something they didn't know. 5 years ago, the HOA board had run out of money and asked me, a then new resident, if they could rent part of my private land to build their parking lot and lakeside access ramp for neighborhood events. I agreed, but I had them sign a 10-year private lease at a generous rate. I kept the paperwork. They forgot. I didn't. The very night I received their threat, I called my lawyer and updated the lease terms. Effective immediately, the rental rate would triple. They had 24 hours to accept the new rate or vacate the property completely, which would effectively shut down their events, boat launches, and community lakeside privileges. The next morning, Sandra came storming over. "You can't do this," she snapped. "Oh, I absolutely can," I replied, handing her a certified lease amendment with her signature on the original deal. Her face drained of color. By the end of the week, the HOA held an emergency meeting. They dropped the eviction notice, sent a written apology, and quietly signed the new lease at 3 times the cost. Now, that extra income covers every bill I have. My cabin is still mine. And Sandra? Well, she avoids eye contact whenever she drives past. Turns out, messing with the wrong property owner can be very expensive,